Go on the cars, go. Go on the cars.
Bruno Fam, what's good? We're back. It's Matt's day. It's the review show. I got our resident Thlogi. 1-1 draw to Southampton at home. Quite a eventful game. Another tale of two halves. Thlogi, man, thanks for coming back on. What did you make of the game? How you feeling? Red card, quite a lot of Aubameyang's first goal in a while. Our first goal in a while. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe look the red card. I don't know if it's justifiable or not, but hey, look, we got the red card at the end of the day, and it kind of changed everything again because we were on the offensive before you got the red card, So one can only make assumptions about what would have happened. What I'd like to say is we scored our first goal in a number of games. Well, since the Wolves game, right? And it didn't come from the crosses; it came from play.
Yeah.
It came from a neat little pass into the box, finding spaces and doing what you have to do best. You know what I mean? So I think I'm hoping that Arteta is seeing something about today's result that will convince him that he needs to change his tactic and he doesn't have to be stuck to his old ways. I was hoping it would be the Nicola Pepe show, but it wasn't. He didn't do enough for me to be convinced. I gotta say good night. Have you seen my baby?
Hello.
You can see we're rocking Arsenal tonight.
Yeah. Family.
Yeah, man. So yeah. Anyway, I was hoping it would be the Nicola Pepe show. It wasn't, but I don't think he was bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't good, but he wasn't bad. Eddie Ketia, here and there. I still don't think Arteta should have taken off Willock. I'm not Willock, I'm Ceballos because Willock made, I think, one or two good tackles. But apart from that, he was losing the ball a bit too much for my liking down the middle. Given the fact that we were down to 10 men, Luis had a bit of stability in the midfield. I don't know. Look, that's how I saw it. But all in all, I think given the results that we've had over the last couple of games, one can only appreciate the fact that at least, tonight we got 1 point.
Yeah.
It's not like we went out and came back with nothing.
Yeah, Southampton came at us, I won't lie, for the first half. But second half, as you said before the red card, we looked a lot positive. But building up to the goal, do you think now, no Willian, no Xhaka, no Bellerin, did you see the side looking a lot more positive, more fluidity from missing those three players, What did you make of it? Because Ceballos had a bit of a dodgy first half, but he looked a bit better in the second half. Elneny looked good, to be fair.
Yeah, I think overall, we looked much better in the second half. Overall. And look, I don't know, man. Our coach. Probably when those cats are back, he'll go back to it. But look, I would love to see Bellerin eat bench for a little bit. As far as Laka is concerned, I'm a Laka fan, so
yeah.
I'll always say, give him some time. But also, maybe he must eat bench a little bit so that he can sober up. So I saw the fluidity. The game was very interesting. By the way, that's the one thing I'll say. The game was very interesting. As much as they were coming at us, we were able to go at them, and we were not stuck in our ways of playing the ball sideways. We were trying to find spots, find opportunities down the middle. We put in a couple of nifty passes, very direct play. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that is true. I forget it. Yeah, and also.
But by the way, Holding actually had a good game. He had a good game. It's unfortunate he hit the crossbar.
Yeah, that was better.
Had he not hit the crossbar, we'd be saying something different right now.
Yeah, we would have had our first win in a while. So, but let's talk about the red card. How did you feel about it? Look, there were two. Do you think the second yellow was a bit soft? Or there were two warranted yellow cards? Was it a bit inexperienced from Gabriel? I know, can't really hate on him because he's been quite pivotal in our team. But essentially it did cost us that play, that whole positivity play that we had in the second half. And then after that, Southampton we just had to hold on from there.
You know what? I think, yeah, I think I don't want to comment on the red card because at the end of the day, it's not like it's going to change anything. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But what I want to draw out of it is the fact that when Luis came in, he kind of you could see for the first time we had someone that was actually commanding the defense or the defensive line. You know what I mean? Someone that was taking charge, someone that was just making sure that we close all the gaps, we close the spaces. And I like the fact that he brought in Suarez, though he didn't do a lot in my opinion, but Pep was lacking a bit when it came to defending, especially when you are a man down.
Yeah.
Everyone behind the ball. You know what I mean? And it's a question of whether we should start again with the back four or should you go to a back three. I think for the staff complement that he has, a back three suits us a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. I also think that back, and it also was doing us. It did the job early on when he came in, and once he transitioned from that, we didn't look the same. So maybe go back to what suited us best. But yeah, it was a positive performance. We held on towards the end and managed to get a point out of it. And Southampton they're actually not a bad team, to be fair. They're up there on the table. So they brought it to us. It was just disappointing. I said it was a home match and we didn't really get the results we wanted. But is there any standout performance for you from the team? Any players that stood out for you?
I think I would like to say Saka. His involvement, he was always behind the ball. He was falling back to defend. He was making a couple of crucial tackles, and he was instrumental in creating the goal. So yeah, I think for me, I would say I would go with Saka.
And
I'm disappointed though with that Willock substitution because he didn't bring anything. The 2-3 balls that he lost, and I strongly feel like Ceballos would have done something.
I just think he wanted legs, to be fair. Somebody just to run around there. Because Nketiah was poor. He was really poor. He lost the ball a lot. I think that should have started, to be fair. Because I wanted Aubameyang, Lacazette, and Pepe. You know what I mean? Like,
see, before the red card, you saw Laka was getting ready to well, he jumped off to warm up, and I thought that was his game plan. You got the red card, and he had to put numbers at the back just to make sure that no matter what happens, we shut it down. We don't concede more goals.
Yeah. No, he had to. That's, to be fair. We lost the centre back, our key centre back. That's what you got to do. Exactly. But overall,
I really like, though. I don't like how we lost the ball down the middle, the ball that actually led to the goal. You know what I mean? For me, I think it was El Neni. I can't remember who else.
And it was Gabriel. He pushed up and got turned.
Yeah, you know what I mean? No, but I think I remember seeing two of our men attacking the ball at the same time and messing it up a little bit. So in my opinion, what I could draw from that was a little bit of miscommunication, but it looks like we could be back on track maybe. Give us 2-3 more games, depending on how difficult the game is. And obviously, depending on how many red cards we're able to rake in, because it looks like we love these red cards.
We're racking it up, 3 already in the season. So do you think it's a positive?
3 games probably.
Yeah. Do you think it's a positive result going into Everton? Because I see they just beat Leicester 2-0 away at Leicester. So, it's a big match. And do you think that this brings back a bit of confidence in the change room that we needed? Aubameyang scoring, big performance by Saka. They managed to see out. Because to be fair, we could have won that game if we had 11 men. It's just that Southampton turned it up. But we defended. We managed them quite well towards the end. As you said, everyone got behind the ball. 1 or 2 subs were, I would say, as you said, the Willock sub. So going into Everton, how do you think this will affect that game?
Look, given the the run of form, I don't want to say too much about how would I put it? I don't want to start saying we're back, we're going to do the business. You know what I mean? But I think Arteta knows that he has his back against the wall, and he has to produce something. So it's about us sitting and waiting to grinding out the result. You know what I mean? We have to see what is it that we can do and what is it that we cannot do. I don't want to be too confident, but at the same time, I don't just want to look at it and say we're going to lose.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but look, I'm hoping that given how we played today, if we don't have a red card, and be able to see the game out with a full, I think, 11-man squad, I think we can probably get a result. It may be a draw, but I mean, at this point, I'll take a draw over a loss. I'm tired of losing.
Yeah, I think I feel a bit of happiness, you know. Do you have a bit of trust back in Arteta, or are you still, or are you just taking it as it comes?
You know what? Much as I was ranting about Arteta must leave, reality is we are in a position where you gotta have faith in the manager. You know what I mean? I would like to see us get a more experienced manager to bring some solidity, but what are the chances? So I won't say I have faith in Arteta, but I'm hoping that he'll grind out the results that we need for me to start having faith in him and his project.
Yeah. Slowly but surely, you know, hopefully he gets the big games coming up. But Thlogi, thanks so much. You know, unfortunately, we're not at the Brazen Head, but we're still keeping in contact here. You know, it was 1-1 draw. Sorry?
What can we say? At least Pirates won, so I'm cool.
Yeah, no, I'm just suffering here, you know. And I'm watching, I was watching the Tottenham game coming up, and I'm like, this is the biggest game of the weekend, the biggest game of the Premier League. And I'm like, yo, this is bad, guys. Like, when Tottenham now is being spoken of as like the biggest thing, yeah, we know times are rough. But
remember when we spoke earlier on, and I said to you, they're playing the Leicester game on SuperSport 3, and we've been relegated to SuperSport 8 or whatever. You know what I mean?
I think the other
just kind of shows you where we are.
Commentary in Portuguese and stuff. You know what I mean? So like,
no. But anyway, it's fine. I mean, I'm hoping we will.
Yeah, there's positives. You know what I mean? To be fair, unlucky red card. Aubameyang gets a goal. Saka, good performance. I think Pepe had a good performance because it allowed Saka to be more free, and because more men want Pepe. You know what I mean? And Saka,
also, you know, it was interesting seeing Elneny with Ceballos, because it gave Ceballos a bit of freedom. So he was able to move around, try to find spaces, pass the ball around, as opposed to when he's playing with Kuma's friend. Yeah. He always has to be, you know, almost like Ceballos has to play with Xhaka. You know what I mean?
No, he does. He has to keep running around. He runs in a circle around Xhaka, you know.
Yeah, and again, if you think about Elneny himself, didn't have a bad performance.
Didn't at all. He played well, you know. It's just that Southampton's transition was better. Let's be fair. They moved the ball so much more faster than us. We were lucky towards Danny Ings messed them up because he holds the ball a bit too long. But you know, Theo Walcott, it's sad to say, but that boy still got something. But he actually literally won them or got them the point.
When you play against Arsenal the way we're playing now, everyone still has a bit of something.
Yeah.
Talking about that, Southampton, I think it took 3 passes for them to score their goal.
Yeah.
And for us, it took a number of passes. So yeah, we still have to work on that.
Yeah, slowly but surely we're getting their big game on Saturday. Thlogi, thanks so much. It's Kish and it's Thlogi. It's 1-1 draw at home. We scored, Aubameyang scored, and we got a point. Yeah. So slow, some positives, we'll take it as it comes. But Thlogi, thanks so much. Till next
time. Actually, this draw almost feels like a win.
It does. You know, with 10 men too, you know what I mean? And to be fair, I'm not angry at the red card because it was Gabriel. If it was any other player, I would be angry. But because that boy gave us so much, this was like his only game where he made so many mistakes. Let's be fair, you know, you can't. With Xhaka, we know Xhaka. I think he's got like 40 cards.
Let's just agree that we'll speak about Xhaka some other time.
Yeah,
Maybe
you know
another
what's nice? The
day.
Premier League gave us a break from him. They enforced a break so we can enforce the same break.
I guess. All right,
Yeah,
no,
but
Chief, take care.
have a
Chief.
good night. We out. It's Gunacast SA.
You know.